following program contains the opinions of its host and guests, not those of this network. The opinions expressed are for non-commercial informational purposes only. Listeners are cautioned not to rely on program content to treat or prevent disease, but are advised to consult with a licensed healthcare professional where they live for diagnosis and treatment of disease.
And now, the superstar of alternative health and purveyor of medical truth, Dr. Joel Wallach.
Hello, and welcome to Dead Doctors Don't Lie. Dr. Joel Wallach, your host, a veterinarian and physician. And I'm here for kids and baby boomers and seniors who don't want to die at 75.5 like their parents and grandparents. I'm here for kids and baby boomers and seniors who don't want to be sick and miserable for the last 15 to 20 years of their life like their parents and grandparents. We do have lines open. Give us a call toll-free, 1-888-379-2552. Again, that's toll-free, 1-888-379-2552. Well, that Hurricane Ida has pretty much demolished the entire total infrastructure of Grand Isle, one of these barrier islands on the Gulf Coast of Louisiana, and pretty much made it uninhabitable. So our prayers go to everybody who lives there, works there. Our prayers go to everybody in Louisiana, of course, our fellow human beings and our fellow Americans. So please share the prayers with us, okay? And then these fires going, they've just announced today that they're evacuating 22,000 people from the southern half of Lake Tahoe, all right? What's going on here? Well, as a Boy Scout at Blackberry Lane Grade School and Hanley Junior High School in St. Louis County, Troop 495, Boy Scouts, Eagle Scout, Explorer Scouts, we got invited. We always were involved in the fall in dealing with forest fires and so forth. And I look at these fires on TV that are going on out in California, and they don't look anything like the fires we used to fight. We used to fight fires, and the fire was in the underbrush underneath the trees. These fires, a little bit under the trees, but most of the fires are in the crown of the trees and in the air above the trees. The air is literally burning. And I really spent a couple of weeks exploring this and figured out why this is happening and why 7,000 professional firefighters haven't been able to put out some of these fires in 3 years. And they're predicting that these won't be able to be eliminated until the middle of winter, maybe until a couple of years, okay? And that's because there's this green algae growing in Lake Tahoe in the shallow area, okay? So that, let's see here, a photosynthesis can take place, okay? This zooxanthine algae, okay, convert carbon dioxide into oxygen and carbon chains, but they require an enormous amount of nutrition. Algae require, whether it's reef algae or lake algae or ocean algae, require 20 different nutrients to be able to pull off photosynthesis. And in Lake Tahoe, the shallow areas are covered with this green algae, and that people complain about when they get a bloom, okay? Because if people don't like to be in there with all the algae blooming and all that kind of stuff. Well, what we need to do is get an army of Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, and scuba gear and mechanical brushes that work, like an egg beater, and collect all this algae, and the fires will stop. What's happening here is there are moraines. There's glacier moraines at the north end of Lake Tahoe, and as the snows melt, it carries the minerals out of these moraines into the lake, which provide food for the algae to go through photosynthesis, and then there's more food for the algae to make photosynthesis in the smoke, okay, in the particles of smoke. And so it's getting all this food, and it's oxygen driving this fire. It's oxygen production driving this fire. So we need to get an army of people in that lake right now and mechanically harvest that algae and dry it and feed it to some animals or something in the zoos. We don't want to poison it because it'll kill the lake. And so we have to harvest it. We need an army in there before we hang up from this show. Get an army in there so that the photosynthesis will stop, because the moraines are acting like dams, and they're just slowly leaking these minerals that the glaciers piled up there over thousands of years. And so that plus the nutrients in the smoke, the minerals in the moraines, which there's still remnants of these glaciers in the north end of Lake Tahoe. These are glacier lakes. These are glacial lakes. And so it's the production of oxygen by the algae in Lake Tahoe that's driving the fire. The 7,000 professional firefighters can't put it out. Okay? The Dixie Fire has been going for, 3 months? They still have it. It's getting worse and worse and worse. It's not, like 10% contained. Spare me. Okay, that's because these glacial lakes are providing food for the algae to generate more oxygen, and that's what's driving these fires. We need to harvest all these algae and make these lakes algae-free, or at least reduce it by 90%. So maybe there'll be a few frogs, tadpoles eat the algae, but we can't have the whole bottom of the shallow parts of the lake filled with algae. Now people say, well, when was the last time you were at Lake Tahoe? It's been many years. Well, how do you know what you're saying? Well, I have 3 postdoctoral fellowships. I have a degree in agriculture. I have a degree in veterinary medicine. I'm a physician. One of my big postdoctoral fellowship, my thesis is in the Smithsonian Institute as a national treasure, represents 20,000 autopsies. Okay? And so I know what I'm talking about. And these people who are wonderful firefighters, they just know to beat the fire down with a shovel. But you can't beat all the oxygen that's being produced in Lake Tahoe by this algae because of the minerals coming out of the moraine on the north end of the lake. Okay? And so this is fixable, but they got to jump on this, get every Boy Scout, every Girl Scout, get every professional diver, get an army of people, get the National Guard, get them in there and harvest all this algae with mechanical brushes, harvest it, and make that lake algae-free for the moment, and they'll be able to put out the fire in a week. There you go. And so just remember, you heard it from me. We'll be back after these messages.
You're listening to Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network with your host, Dr. Joel Wallach. If you'd like to talk to Dr. Wallach, call between noon and 1 Pacific at 831-685-1080, toll free 888-379-2552.
If you're the type of person who likes to volunteer and help others, this should interest you. What better way to help people than to help them with improved health? Longevity has been helping people promote optimal health, among others, for decades. Our approach to health is drastically different than medical doctors, who mostly only treat symptoms. As a veterinarian, Dr. Joel Wallach discovered that many common disease states are actually preventable and reversible. Our mission is to help people achieve overall health and wellness and to help educate others to achieve optimal wellness as well. And here's the best part. While helping people with their health and wellness, you'll also be able to build your very own home-based business. For more information, contact your local longevity associate. And don't forget to ask about the home-based business opportunity.
Hello, Judy DeVilbus here. If I could only afford to get one product out of everything, that product would be the Ultimate Classic. It has the vitamins, the minerals, the bioflavonoids. It even has grapeseed extract. The one product that would give you just about everything under the sun you would need for a perfect nutritional program would be the Ultimate Classic. By the way, people that are on the go, it's very, very hard to take the liquids with them when they go on their trip to get their supplements in every day. Well, you know something? You can use the Ultimate Daily Tablets and the Mineral Capsules. When I'm going on a trip, if I have enough room, I just take the 2 bottles with me. If not, just use a little baggie and take a couple of daily doses with you. It's very simple. It's very easy. There's no mess, no fuss, no refrigeration. Just take your capsules, take your tablets, and you're finished for the day.
To order these products, call your local longevity distributor today.
We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Longevity, 95 Crusade. We do have lines open. Give us a call toll-free, 1-888-379-2552. Again, that's toll-free, 1-888-379-2552. And I want to go back to this Lake Tahoe thing. This is not the only place on Earth this has happened. This goes all the way back to millions and millions years ago, okay, when coal became a thing. Coal became a thing 400 million years ago when all of the rivers and lakes and swamps were blocked from getting the silt, okay, from glaciers and volcanic eruptions and erosion, all that kind of stuff, by moraines. And these moraines dammed up these rivers and things, cut off the food supply, and all the algae died, and the oxygen disappeared, and we had these mass extinctions. Now, there was no cars, there was no fossil fuels back then. Wiped out 1,000 species of animals 5 times. Okay. And this is because we shut off the food supply, which was coming from the moraines into these algae, producing oxygen and other things, amino acids and so forth, and so the dead algae became coal. 93% of the world's coal comes from swamps and lakes and rivers that had algae in them. That suddenly now, when the moraines shut off the food supply to these water bodies, all the algae died and became coal. That was 400 million years ago. And we've been paying the price ever since. And now everybody wants to blame global warming on the fossil fuels. No, it's not fossil fuels. It's not a man-made thing. It's happening 400 million years before man came on Earth. It happened in the beginning, biblically, okay? In the beginning, you have to appreciate that the only animals were in the water. There was no oxygen on Earth, and so only anaerobic bacteria grew for millions of years. Duh. Okay, Doug, what pearls of wisdom you have?
Well, I thought we'd talk a little bit about the health benefits of honey, as it is an alternative to sugar. Studies have shown that superfood can help boost your brain health and suppress a cough. It's not just good in your oatmeal. It's a natural sweetener, can also be used as a natural home remedy, that is, for cuts and scrapes. Honey is made up primarily of water and sugar, mostly fructose and glucose, along with fructooliosaccharide, or FOS, a prebiotic. It is low calorie, and also it's not digestible, so it doesn't affect your blood sugar levels. And this FOS offers several health benefits. According to a study, FOS can help protect you from unhealthy bacteria, and FOS has been found to suppress the growth of Clostridium perfringens, a toxic bacteria linked to food poisoning. Can also help decrease cholesterol levels. In an animal study, researchers found that it helped reduce both weight and cholesterol levels in rats and dogs. FOS is also full of a soluble dietary fiber. In a separate study, scientists discovered that FOS can help reduce and prevent constipation. Aside from being a prebiotic, it also contains essential vitamins and minerals like calcium, magnesium, and potassium. Healing benefits are mostly linked to its antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory properties. I didn't realize there's over 300 different kinds of honey in America, and the color and scent and the flavor of honey all determined by the flower nectar that the bee uses to produce it. So there you go.
Yeah, and of course honey's been a therapy item for all kinds of healers going back to the beginning of human time, human populations. And so honey is one of the first medicinal products out there. And then there was salt and salt water and that kind of stuff. And so honey's been around a long time, and it'll be around for a long time after that because everybody loves it. And so, yeah, we use a lot of it. I put it on fresh artichokes. I put it on, let's see here, I put it on rice. I put it on rice. We don't use bread because of the gluten, so we can't put it on bread. Can't put it on oatmeal because it has gluten, so we put it on artichokes and rice. Back after these messages.
You're listening to Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network with your host, Dr. Joel Wallach. If you'd like to talk to Dr. Wallach, call between noon and 1 Pacific at 831-685-1080, toll free 888-379-2552. In recent years, several studies have discovered the healthy benefits of drinking coffee. Youngevity has now taken it a step further with an entire product line of healthy coffees from Youngevity's JavaFit selection of top-shelf gourmet coffees. All JavaFit coffees are made from 100% premium, hand-selected Arabica coffee beans grown in the finest regions of Latin America. Carefully roasted, creating a delicious, rich, full-bodied flavor. Try JavaFit's original roast, a perfect blend of mellow and smooth with just the right full-bodied depth to make an aromatic and enjoyable cup of coffee. Traditional as well as organic and fair trade options also available in 30-count single cup or 24-count single pot packs. Contact your local FDI Youngevity distributor to get Javalution coffees. And don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
If you're looking for a quality multivitamin and mineral product, grab yourself Youngevity's Beyond Tangy Tangerine, a blend of plant-derived minerals combined with vitamins, amino acids, and other beneficial nutrients. This all-natural product contains no starch, wheat, or yeast, with no artificial sweeteners or preservatives, and it's glycemic friendly. Each scoop of the NutriCrystals contain equal amounts of all the nutrients. It starts out as a liquid, then is freeze-dried to ensure each scoop has the same nutrients as the last scoop. So if you want to get your hands on a quality nutritional supplement designed to give the body the raw materials it needs to rebuild, Youngevity's Beyond Tangy Tangerine is available in 1-pound canisters and also in 30-count on-the-go stick packs. Contact your local Youngevity associate and get this great multivitamin and mineral product, and don't forget to ask about the home-based business opportunity.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Youngevity, 95 Crusade. We do have lines open. Give us a call toll-free, 1-888-379-2552. Charmaine, you there?
I'm here.
Okay. Have you ever been to Lake Tahoe?
Yeah, of course.
And did you realize that it was a glacial lake? Did you realize that there was a glacier moraine at the north end of the lake, and it was feeding all these minerals, slowly seeping these minerals into the lake, and this is why we have all these algae blooming in there, producing oxygen, which drives these forest fires?
I know that it's too cold to ever swim in, and I know there's lake snow at the top of all the mountains around the lake. I remember seeing that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And so this is, and people say, well, I mean, you didn't do any, I don't have to do any experiments. I know how things work, and when people put out data, that the bottom of the lake and all the shallow areas are covered with this green algae. It's, many inches thick. That's what these algae do. They produce, especially with a source of fertilizer like the silt that comes from these moraines, they produce oxygen. That's what they do. And these fires are not your typical wood-burning, brush-burning fires. I mean, like I said, in my early days as a scout, we spent every fall dealing with forest fires, along with the professional foresters and forest firefighters and so forth. And so we need to get everybody we can to get their scuba gear on, get some mechanical brushes and some bags, and collect all the seaweed, or algae, I guess it's not seaweed, algae in Lake Tahoe, and dry it someplace else and feed it to animals, but get it out of there, and it'll stop the oxygen production. Well, guess what? It'll be easy to put the fires out without oxygen.
That's true.
And that's why they can't put these, and so that's why they can't put these fires out. And I knew it had to do something with that, but then today in the news they're talking about all this algae in Lake Tahoe, and they don't know what's going to happen to the algae when the fires come through there. Well, the fires won't hurt the algae because the algae are, in 2 feet of water, so the fires aren't going to hurt the algae. It'll just put more ash and stuff like that, which is ash has minerals in it, which is going to feed the algae more food, and they'll produce more oxygen. So we have to get people in there. We need an army of people in there, ASAP, to harvest all that algae out of there, use it usefully, so, we're conserving it, not just throwing it away. But we got to cut off the oxygen supply to these fires, and that's the basis of this. And that's why my thesis is in the Smithsonian Institute as National Treasure, because I can read things based on other people's data. Just like for hundreds of years, every medical doctor knew that cystic fibrosis and muscular dystrophy were genetic. No, they're both nutritional deficiencies. For over 100 years, every doctor knew that babies who died of sudden death syndrome were laid upon by their mothers. They were in the same bed together and the mothers laid on them. No. All 3 of those diseases are nutritional deficiencies. 98% of those babies who died of sudden death syndrome were in the crib by themselves. They weren't in bed with their mothers. Only 2% were in bed with their mothers, and they weren't laid on by their mothers. They died of hypertrophic cardiomyopathy heart disease, the same heart disease that athletes die from. And you have a high school education. You know what causes hypertrophic cardiomyopathy heart disease, Charmaine. You don't have to do the research. You just know how to get the information. We'll be back after these messages.
You're listening to Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network with your host, Dr. Joel Wallach. If you'd like to talk to Dr. Wallach, call between noon and 1 Pacific at 831-685-1080. Toll free, 888-379-2552. Listen to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
Hi, this is Dr. Joel Wallach, your host of Dead Doctors Don't Lie. If you're interested in a colon cleanse, blood cleanse, liver cleanse, in the classical herbal way, you want to ask your Youngevity associate for Herbal Rainforest. Herbal Rainforest has 16 herbs, 16 cleansing herbs, classic cleansing herbs, and 77 plant minerals. That's right, and these are all organic. It doesn't get any better than that. In your busy day, and you're around all these toxins out there in your workplace, on the way home, going to work, in your food, in the air, in the water, you need Herbal Rainforest. I guarantee you, it will give you a cleanse. You can control the dose. It's a liquid. It tastes good. It doesn't get any better than this. A colon that's happy makes you happy. Nothing better than a happy colon. Herbal Rainforest. Clean it out.
For more information on this product or others you've heard about on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program, call your local longevity associate today. And don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Greetings, everyone. Judy DeVilbus here. What do you think of when you hear the words tangy tangerine? Well, I think of like a sweet, tangy tasting something. Well, what I'm referring to is the Ultimate Tangy Tangerine. It's a fantastic product. It has everything you need, and a great benefit is it's very, very delicious. It's very easy to drink. I've suggested it even to youngsters. Even children like it. Even little guys. Even little girls. They come right into my office. Their parents can't get them to take those chewable. And besides that, they're not as good as Tangy Tangerine. And I give them a little taste of that, and you know something? They're pleased as punch. So, if it's good for a child and it tastes delicious, why not you? There's no excuse not to take a vitamin when it tastes as good as that does. So how about it? Tangy Tangerine should be the answer to all of your nutritional program problems.
For more information or to order, call your longevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about longevity home-based business opportunities.
This is the ZBS Radio Network.
We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Longevity, 95 Crusade. We do have lines open. Give us a call toll-free, 1-888-379-2552. And we did finally pass the 1918-1919 record of the Spanish flu, where the Spanish flu killed 657,000 Americans in 2 years. We're just going on the 2-year mark here with the COVID-19 and all its variants. We just last night passed 658,103, so we're 1,103 over the Spanish flu record. Number of infections as of this morning is 40,131,681. Okay, and so we have surpassed it there too. So it's one of those things where what's going on here? Why do we have these things? Well, our immune systems are not functioning properly because everybody's eating gluten. Very few people supplement properly, and vaccines don't kill bugs. And everybody in the medical field banked everything. They banked their reputations. They banked your life on vaccines. Well, the vaccines aren't going to work without you taking supplements and avoiding gluten. You have to be able to absorb the nutrition so your bone marrow, your immune system, can actually respond to the vaccination. Vaccinations do not kill viruses. That's why there's so many breakthroughs, infections, and it's not scary when you know the cause, but you have to be proactive. You have to get rid of all the bad foods. You got to take the 90 essential nutrients. Get the big hammer. Get the 215 nutrients. Take the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. Take the MSM. Take the vitamin D3. Take the Killer Biotic. Take our zinc tablets. Take our vitamin C tablets. Do all this kind of stuff you can do. Stay away from the gluten so your intestines will heal. You can absorb, and then your vaccines will work. But doctors made a huge mistake by banking their future and your life on vaccinations. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
All right, let's head to California. And Marlene, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Marlene, you're on the air. How can we help you?
Yes. Hi, this is Marlene. I was calling because I stepped into a small nail yesterday on my foot, and I don't know if I should go to the doctor for that, or I just drink some medicine, or I can cure it myself. I don't know.
Okay, well, tell me what you're talking about. It's like when you hurt your foot, is it an open wound, or is it just painful, or what?
Oh, well, it was in the parking lot. I was walking, and then, I just felt like a poke on my foot. It went through my sandal.
Okay, stop. Hey, you said, wait a minute, stop. You said you had a poke in your foot. It went through your sandal. Did you step on a nail, broken glass? I mean, what are we talking about here?
It was a small nail. Okay,
well, if you have a puncture wound from a small nail, I would go see a doctor and get some antibiotics and all that kind of stuff, and get some wound cleaner and clean it out. But in the meantime, how old are you and how much do you weigh?
I'm 40 and I weigh 165.
Okay. Do you have any products in your household?
I have. Hold on, let me see what I have.
Do you have any?
I have. Yes.
Okay, stop. I don't have time for you to look through your closet. Okay. Do you have a colloidal silver?
Yeah, I have some.
Okay, if you have colloidal silver, what I want you to do is put 2 droppers full under your tongue, 30 minutes for each meal and 30 minutes for bedtime. I also want you to soak a cotton ball with the colloidal silver and put it on that puncture wound and wrap it and put a tight sock on it. And I'd still go today to see a doctor and get some antibiotics in case that puncture wound pushed a bacterial bug up in there and caused an infection. So I'd still have, a professional person look at that. But in the meantime, you can wash it with soap and water. You can use our hand sanitizer and use the colloidal silver. Like I say, soak a cotton ball with it, but also take some orally so it'll go through the bloodstream and attack any bugs from the inside. But go see a doctor and then call us, let us know what they say. But you can do a lot of first aid. But let's see how bad it is. Back after these messages.
And that does open a line. If you'd like to talk to Dr. Wallach, call between noon and 1 Pacific at 831-685-1080. Toll free, 888-379-2552. Lines open.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
I am Judy DeVilbus. Here I am speaking to you again. I just wanted to tell you that recently I started drinking the Whey Shakes again, the chocolate Whey Shake. And you need to remember, the Whey Shake isn't just for losing weight. It's a fantastic place to get your great protein. And if you're trying to gain weight, you can take it along with your meals. And the best part is, if you want to just have a great protein shake, do like I do. Put it over ice, stir it up, and you can sip on it for 20 minutes to an hour. I do it every single day. I absolutely love it. You need to get back to it, too. It's really good for you. And it makes not fat, but it makes muscle after you work out. And you can also mix it up in a blender with an egg, and you have the most incredible health protein shake. Or mix it with a little water, stir it up, and you have a little pudding. And who doesn't like pudding?
For more information or to order, call your Youngevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about Youngevity home-based business opportunities.
We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Youngevity, 95 Crusade. We do have lines open. Give us a call toll-free, 1-888-379-2552. And, Doug, let's go to callers.
All right, let's head to Canada. And, Charles, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Well, Charles, you're on the air. How can we help you, sir?
Yes, good evening, Doc. I'm trying to help someone. She has dementia, diabetes, high blood pressure.
Okay, I heard diabetes, high blood pressure. What was the first one? You said there was a woman.
Dementia.
Oh, dementia.
Dementia.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay. All right. And how old is this person?
She's 70.
70. Okay. Do you know how much she weighs?
She weighs 110 pounds.
Okay. Charmaine, you there?
Yes, I'm here, of course.
Okay, Charles' friend, she's about your size, 110 pounds. She got high blood pressure, she's got diabetes, and she's got dementia. Okay, so what are you going to do for her?
Well, she's got to get off the bad stuff. No wheat, barley, rye, oats, no fried foods, no burnt animal fat, and no oil. And then I would get her on a healthy brain and heart pack. I would add the Ultimate Daily Classic, the Sweeties, some de-stress, and some Synaptive, and some MSM just for the heck of it, and vitamin D3 for absorption.
Okay. And then, how many eggs would you have her eat at 110 pounds? How many eggs do you eat a day?
At least I eat 2. She should eat 4 because she's got dementia.
Yeah. See, you have to appreciate, everybody, that 75% of your brain weight is cholesterol. You do not want to be on statin drugs or lower cholesterol because you will get dementia. And, of course, there's all kinds of dementia. You can have blocked arteries in the brain. You get to what's called vascular dementia. There are a dozen different types of dementia. Senile dementia, long before there was Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease is a physician-caused disease. It is caused by the advent of the drugs in the category of statin drugs because it lowers cholesterol, which took all the cholesterol out of people's brains, and then they got Alzheimer's disease. Okay. Thank you, Charmaine. Give us a call every couple of weeks, Charles, and let us know how this lady is doing because she can improve very quickly. Okay. Doug, let's go to callers.
All right, let's head to Kansas. And Margaret, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Margaret. You're on the air. How can we help you?
Yes. Thank you for taking my call, and I sure need your help.
Okay. How can we help you? Hello. How can we help you? Hello, Margaret.
Looks like we lost her. Let's go on to San Diego, California, and Tomasa. You're on with Dr. Wallach.
Tomasa, how can we help you? Hello? Is anybody home?
Yeah. Hi, this is Tomasa, Dr. Wallach.
Okay. You got to be quick. What's our problem? How can I help you?
Yeah. I just want to give my testimony about how 90 for Life, taking 90 for Life are helping me a lot.
Okay.
And I was obesity.
Okay.
I was.
How much did you weigh?
How much
did you weigh?
165, and now I'm 142.
Okay. How tall are you?
Yeah, and I'm 5'2".
Okay.
Yeah, and after taking this 90 for Life, it healed my body, and I feel more energetic. I'm doing more product things, like I'm doing a lot of things now. I move more. I do exercise. I was sedentary. I don't know, is that a word? Sedentary. I didn't do
sedentary. Yep.
No, yeah, I didn't do no exercise, and now I'm moving more.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for the testimony. If you would call us every couple of weeks and kind of give us a progress report as you go along here, because at 5'2", I'd like to see you weigh 110, so you still need to lose about 32 pounds. Okay. But going from 165 to 142 is good. Excellent day. Okay. And so let's keep going here. But the fact that you're doing more things and you feel you felt so good, you wanted to share your successes with our listeners. Thank you so much for doing that. You're going to help a lot of people. Yes. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head back to Kansas and try Margaret again. Margaret, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Thank you for taking my call.
Yes, ma'am. How can we help you?
I had laser surgery on my left eye. They told me I would see beautiful if I had that surgery done.
Mm-hmm.
And now I am black blind.
Okay. Now, did they tell you had a cataract?
I need help.
Okay. Did they tell you had a cataract? You had macular degeneration? What did they tell you had? Why did they want to do the laser surgery?
I had very weak eyes, and I did have my cataract removed.
Okay.
But
at the same time?
I never... Pardon?
Was it the same time all at once, or did you have the cataract removed a month earlier? Or
no,
two?
The cataract was removed some time ago.
Okay. So after they removed the cataract, you could see, but then when they did the surgery, you went blind. Okay. How much do you weigh, Margaret? What's your body weight?
121.
Okay, and how tall are you?
5'5".
Okay, and what's your age?
Oh, goodness, 83.
Okay. And do you have any other issues? Any high blood pressure, diabetes?
I am diabetic, but I control it by diet.
Okay. And then, do you have any gray hair?
I do have. Yeah.
I apologize. You do have high blood pressure?
Yes. I have trouble with my blood pressure. And I
okay,
go
Charmaine?
to kidney dialysis.
Oh, dialysis. Okay. Okay, thank you for telling us that. All right, Charmaine, here's Margaret. She's on dialysis. She's 83 years old. She's a diabetic. She's got high blood pressure. She's blind in one eye. She had a cataract removed from that eye some years ago. And she feels weak and doesn't have any energy. What can you do for her?
Well, first of all, she's got to get on a gluten-free diet. Very important. No wheat, barley, rye, or oats, no fried foods, no burnt animal fat, and no oil. And then, at her weight and everything, I would get her on a healthy brain and heart pack. I would add the Ultimate Daily Classic. And I would also add the Occutive for the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And vitamin D3 for absorption. And I would also add MSM and Fucoid Z. And as far as energy goes, I would, if it was me, I would take the Rebound. I would drink the Rebound for energy because it doesn't make you jittery or anything. It just gives you nice energy. It makes you feel alive.
Yeah, that was made for professional athletes and Olympic athletes. It has 75 minerals in it and 25 vitamins, amino acids. And the dialysis, you mentioned the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. I'd have her take 3 of those twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month. They're designed to support and promote healthy blood flow through plugged arteries and support healthy blood pressure. Now, Margaret, how many days a week do you get dialysis? 3 days a week, 6 days a week? How many days a week do you get dialysis?
3 days a week.
Okay. Well, give us a call every 2 weeks and tell us how your dialysis is going. Tell us your blood pressure, your diabetes, and how your vision is going, because we have some great testimonies with people with your same scenario, the same story you got. And we're looking forward to a good message from you every 2 weeks. We'll be back after these messages.
You're listening to Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network with your host, Dr. Joel Wallach. If you'd like to talk to Dr. Wallach, call us at 831-685-1080, toll free 888-379-2552. Imagine a rich, decadent chocolate that's actually good for you. Longevity's Triple Treat chocolate is just that, an antioxidant-rich dark chocolate complete with probiotics to aid in proper digestion. This all-natural product contains no preservatives, and for those with dietary restrictions, it's gluten-free, dairy-free, glycemic-friendly, and kosher certified. Not only does Triple Treat dark chocolate taste fantastic, it contains super antioxidant blueberries to absorb free radicals with an ORAC value of 16,936 per piece. Triple Treat chocolate also contains a proprietary blend of probiotics with over 500 million live healthy bacteria per 8 grams at the time of manufacture. with 80% reaching the intestines, which is much more than most live culture yogurts. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local longevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Hey, if you're like me, your life is hectic. You don't know where you're going to be next. Between kids and family and in-laws and work and traffic and everything else that's driving me crazy right now, my life is insane. I bet your life's insane as well. When do we have time to get every single nutrient we need to be healthy? When? Well, I've got a tip for you. Take a product called Pollen Burst. It's so simple, even I can do it. All you have to do is open the package, pour it in water, mix it up, and bam, you're ready to go. It tastes great. It's not one of those medicine-tasting things. It tastes great, low in calories, helps curb your appetite, gives you natural energy that doesn't let you crash, gives you your vitamins, minerals, nutrients, everything from the plant world. And I got to tell you, for a busy person like me or a busy person like you, we need simple, we need good. Pollen Burst is your answer. Tastes great. Try it, and you'll feel better.
Call your local longevity distributor to find out how Pollen Burst can make you feel better. And don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and longevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Longevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Longevity 95 Crusade. And Doug, let's go to callers or emails.
All right, let's head to Texas. And Debbie, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Oh, Debbie, you're on the air.
Dr.
Hi.
Hi, Dr. Wallach. Great to talk to you, sir. I think you're a brilliant physician and man, and I have a lot of your books and your famous CD, and I try my best to abide by what you teach. My question, sir, is this. You're so welcome. I'm trying to do this briefly and not talk too much.
Well, we only have a couple of moments here.
Yeah, getting to my question. Back in May, I was hospitalized for a week. I had an infection that I developed, a felon finger infection due to diabetes that I had also developed recently. And I had a 35, 31, and 25 years ago gestational, respectively, and didn't have it for the last 40-something years, or what have not 40-something years, 30-something years. I'm only 56. Okay, so anyway, back to my question. I was hospitalized in May for about a week to treat that. I came home on all sorts of antibiotics like levofloxacin, doxycycline. I forget, what else right offhand here, but they sent me home on quite a bit. Well, I've pretty much gotten over all of that, stopped taking antibiotics about 8 weeks ago. And I went, for a doctor's visit. They asked me if I wanted the pneumonia vaccine. And let me tell you, doctor, in my whole entire life, I've rarely been hospitalized, just to have my 3 kids. I never take pharmaceuticals. Just once in a while, like if I ever rarely get a cold or flu, I would take Alka-Seltzer plus liquids because I kind of have trouble with pills. And so anyway, a few days after I got the pneumococcal 23 vaccine, I went walking at a walking trail near my home. And this has never, ever happened to me before. I don't smoke. I used to drink in moderation, but I cut that out.
Okay, we got to go quickly. We've only got a moment.
Yeah. So here's the deal. I was walking briskly around the track when I first got out of the hospital. No problems. I did 4 laps without stopping. And then a couple of days, that's backtracking, a couple of days after getting the vaccine, when I went to go walk briskly, I started to have pain in my chest, like muscle or soreness in my chest. And I'm like, oh my God, what is this? And I kept walking. I stopped, rested a few minutes, kept walking. I did 6 laps, but I had to stop after each one. and rest for about 4 or 5 minutes. And I felt like the Lord was showing me that it was due to the vaccine, which I had never had before in my life.
Okay, stop. How much do you weigh?
157.
And how old are you?
I'm 56.
Okay. How tall are you?
About almost 5'3".
Okay.
5'2.5", somewhere around there.
Okay. So, Charmaine, what would you do for Debbie here? She has a history of diabetes. She has a history of an infected hand or fingers, and she has chest pain now. What would you do for her?
Well, she's got to avoid the bad stuff. No wheat, barley, rye, oats, no fried foods, no burnt animal fat, no oils. And then I would get her on one healthy brain and heart pack and one healthy blood sugar pack. And I would add to it the Ultimate Daily Classic. I would have her start taking some killer biotic for a while.
How much MSM?
Yep, MSM, of course. Vitamin D3 for absorption.
Mm-hmm.
And
what about colloidal silver?
Yes, colloidal silver with the killer biotic for a while.
Yep.
And
there you go. Okay, very good. So if you try these things here, Debbie, and if the doctor sent you home with medication, continue to take that until the prescription runs out, as you're supposed to do. But you want to support your immune system. You want to avoid all the bad foods so you can maximize absorption of the nutrition. Vaccines don't work real well without your body participating. They don't kill viruses, bacteria, fungus, or yeast. And so, it sounds like, and this chest pain, it could be that you have a back problem, causing squeezing of some of these peripheral nerves that come off of the spinal cord, whether it's the chest or your low back. But then it could be also stuff going on with your lungs, your arteries, and your heart. Who knows? And, Char, did you say Ultimate Daily Classic tablets?
I hope I did. I didn't, I meant to.
Yeah, okay. So I want you to take 3 of those twice a day, and then give us a call every 2 weeks. Give us a call when you go back, visit the doctor, let us know what they say, and we'll walk you through this. Okay, well, thank you so much, everybody. Great information today. Thank you so much, Charmaine. Superlative job as usual. Thank you, Doug. Superlative job as usual. God bless each and every one of you. God bless our troops. God bless our Navy SEALs. God bless the American flag. God bless our national anthem. And God bless America.
When those aches and pains in your knees, elbows, hands, shoulders, and back crop up, reach for Youngevity's CM Cream. Put CM Cream on a Q-tip and put it in your ear canal for relief from headaches and sinus pressure. A topical temporary relief from minor aches and pains of muscles and joints associated with strains, sprains, and simple backaches. Why take aspirin or non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs that can cause stomach bleeding and liver damage? Just apply CM Cream liberally to the affected areas, and within 20 minutes or so, you'll have relief from those nagging minor aches and pains. You'll feel better for up to 4 to 5 hours. So the next time you have achy joints or muscles, do what I do. Reach for CM Cream for relief. And for systemic relief, reach for CM Plus capsules. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
AM 1340, KOMY, La Selva Beach, Watsonville, Santa Cruz.
A service of ZBS.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm John Scott. The remnants of Ida are blowing into New England, a band of severe weather that's flooding low-lying communities and forcing evacuations in Virginia, Maryland, and Pennsylvania. A tornado watch remains in effect for parts of the Appalachians, and forecasters are warning that potentially deadly floods could happen in cities from New Jersey to Boston. A suspect being sought after one student was injured in a shooting at a North Carolina high school. The shooting occurred at Mount Tabor High School in Winston-Salem. The campus has been secured. No word on whether the suspect is a student. More unflattering poll results for President Biden. Bob Agnew reports.
A majority of Americans responding to a Rasmussen Reports national telephone and online survey say the president should resign over the botched handling of the U.S. pullout from Afghanistan. 52% say the affair was handled so poorly Biden should step down. 39% disagree, and 9%